Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. In this video I'm going to be covering 10 cool random unlockable pets that you may know nothing about and possibly want to add to your collection. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax and enjoy. At number 10 we have Cornelius the Owl, which is earned after getting 500 training points through the boss assistant system. Now the easiest way to get this pretty cool looking pet is simply to be a YouTuber or streamer and do boss masses with people who've never done the boss before, as that's how I personally obtained it. You get a training point every time you get a personal kill that has fewer than 10 kill count, as long as you have more than 10 kill count at that boss yourself. The best thing about training points is, if you're doing a boss mass, everyone will get a training point every time you get that person with less than 10 KC a kill. Also, before you get the actual pet reward, you have a title being the Master and the Mortarboard Cosmetic Override. Next up, at number 9, we have Sayn the Shark, and this is a shark you can obtain by getting the tier 5 prawn perk from the prawn broker in your player-owned house. You require level 63 construction and a bunch of golden fishing eggs to get it easily. Other players can actually trade you these, so you don't require the high fishing level to get all of them. I'm actually make a guide for this at some point as well, but you basically just need to get the tier 5 prawn perk from the prawn broker to get the actual pet. It's actually a pretty cool looking pet, one of my favorites surprisingly in the game because it's so unique and there's nothing like it really. So yeah. Next up, at number 8, in no particular order, we have Effie the effigy pet, which can be obtained after completing a mini quest with a bunch of requirements called Rebuilding Edgeville. After you've completed this quest, you have a 1 in 100 chance to get the Effie pet from any Dragonkin lamp, which are obtained after completing a effigy. Now, I would say this pet is pretty rare. I've only seen it once or twice, but maybe that's because people don't use it as an override. I wouldn't know. This is a unique looking pet. I don't think there's anything like it in-game. And it's also just a pet you can go for over time by just doing your effigies if you have completed that mini quest. Next up, at number 7, we have Angelic Inari, which is a fully recolorable pet, and this pet was obtained back in 2017 with the Gillenor Giving event by handing in 10,000 tokens, which really wasn't that bad to do back then. You could obtain the tokens much faster. Don't know what it is about this pet, but when I first got it, I used it a lot. It's a pet that reminds me of something I've seen in some kind of movie, some kind of fox, but I don't remember where I recognize it from. Now, I don't know for certain, but I believe this pet was re-obtainable at some point for either Oddments or another Rare Tokens event, but I could be wrong there. Next up, at number 6, we have the Kraken's smaller cousin, which is a very rare drop obtained by fishing in Menethos. If you're fishing for beltfish, you have a 1 in 1,000 chance to receive the egg that unlocks this pet. If you're fishing catfish, you have a 1 in 2,000 chance to get it, and if you're fishing on desert souls, you have a 1 in 3,000 chance to get it. I was lucky enough to get it when I was working on a guide testing experience rates a year ago or something. Now, this pet also has an evil version, which is an extremely rare drop from the Lucky Charms in Elite Dungeon 3. Squeck's brother, called Scorgolf, is a much better representation of the actual mini Kraken because it looks evil. It's a drop that can actually be traded, so you can buy this pet off the Grand Exchange for like 350 to 400 million GP. Not really worth it in my opinion, but it is a very rare pet and I've only seen it in-game once, and I've never ever seen the broadcast. Next up, we have Trevor the Saigamite, which was obtained from player-owned farms with 10,000 beans after completing the ever so clever achievement. Now, the achievement consists of you having to breed a male magical Saigamite with the name Trevor, and the trait must be loyal, and then you just give it to Granny at player-owned farms. Now, according to a few people that I know that have this pet, it can be pretty annoying to get, and you can breed 10, 20, 30 times before you actually get the achievement done. So it's an RNG based pet, basically. At number 4, we have Clover, which is one of the easiest pets to obtain on this list. At least, it took me around 10 minutes to actually get this pet. It's the Moss Golem pet, which is obtained by using a mossy rock on the Headless Golem at the Lost Grove. I will actually show you guys how to get this pet in the video because I think it's easy to get unless I'm incredibly mistaken here and it's a rare thing to find the mossy rock. But you walk around the Lost Grove area until you find the mossy rock. If you put on your sounds in game, you can actually hear it shaking. You then have to use this mossy rock on the actual headless golem, which is walking around in every single world and is much easier to find, and also has some unique sounds, I believe. All of the locations of the mossy rock are on screen now, and this is an image I took from the official wiki. If the mossy rock isn't there, what you have to do is simply hop worlds and try all the locations again. Now, I'm a fan of the golem pet simply because the model looks really good, it looks newer, it looks fresher, just like the newer boss pets, and it reminds me a lot of the Elite Dungeon 2 Magma Golem pet, which is also very nice and can be bought for 250,000 Dungeoneering tokens from the reward shop. Both of these pets are amazing. At number 3, we have the cutest pet in the game being the Phoenix Eggling. Just look at its face. Just look at its face. How can you not like this pet? If you don't like this pet, you might as well leave the video right now, because just look at his face. Come on. Also, when he walks, just look at his little feet just going around. It's just, oh man. This pet is the definition of happiness. Now, there's also a meme version of the Phoenix Eggling, which just looks like it wants to beat you up, so I wouldn't mess with this Eggling. He seems to be pretty content about it. He doesn't care if you have a noxious scythe, he will just beat you up. Now, the Phoenix pet drop is a 1 in 100 drop from the Phoenix D&D. You get an egg. If you clap the egg, you'll get the cute version, and if you kick the egg, you'll get the mean version. It requires level 72 summoning, 51 slayer, and the Empire Need quest. At number 2, we have Gus. Now, Gus isn't a rare or unique pet, but it's a very good looking pet. In fact, all of the beach event pets are amazing, and thankfully the beach is returning this year. And for those wondering, he can still be obtained by buying a pufferfish follower token on the Grand Exchange. If only I would have kept the hundreds of those tokens I had in my bank a few years ago. The reason I like Gus so much is because of his facial expressions after smoking my entire herb tab in a single sitting. And yes, that was including my toad flexes, which cost me a pretty penny. Anyways, this is a cool pet, he looks ridiculous, I love him. He's a special pet, I don't see him in game very often because not too many people use him because it's just a simple beach pet. You do see him in free to play however, but other than that, not really. And at number 1, possibly my favourite rare pet you don't see very often in game, is Shara the Corrupted Scorpion pet. Now this is a pet that seems to be easy to obtain if you get a corrupted egg in one of the 4 locations I believe in Menethos where it can spawn, and if you hop worlds and stuff and you just keep on going you might actually find it. I tried for like 5 hours after the release of Menethos, but there were probably just too many people doing it and I couldn't find an egg. It is what it is, maybe someday I'll try and get it because it is undoubtedly one of the best looking pets in the game. With that being said though, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below and let me know what your favourite pet from this list is down in the comments below. Also shout out to Wisp and her friend, Alien, Saratoga, Jasus and some other clannies for helping me with some of the clips. Peace.